Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for The Peripheral. It's an Amazon Prime TV show starring Chloe Grace Moretz, aka Hit Girl, and other people who are charming and awesome, but I don't recognize from anything else. So, this show was heavily advertised where I could see it. So, it has Hit Girl in it. So, of course, I'm gonna watch it. Chloe Grace Moretz is a badass. So, a TV show starring her with like sci-fi settings. Of course, she's gonna kick ass, and of course, I'm gonna watch it. So, um, this is set in the near future, and then like 100 years in the future type of future, give or take. And from what I've seen in the IMDb trivia, it's run by the same people that like kind of had a huge hand in Westworld. Westworld was okay, at least in my opinion. I watched, I think, a couple seasons, but I just kind of like couldn't get into it, partly because especially the first part of it is like Western. I'm just like, Westerns. But what I will say is that I really liked this show because they introduced mystery, and what is this and like how did this happen? And then instead of waiting until like the last 5 minutes of one episode or the last 5 minutes of the last episode of the season to answer all of the questions, it introduces like, hey, here's kind of the mysterious thing that we're trying to figure out, and then they'll spend some time like delving into the mystery and actually solving the mystery gradually to solve the mystery, like, 2 episodes, 3 episodes later, and then like that through that course has spawned some other things that they are also delving into further and developing leads on and actually gradually solving. So it's not just like it's all very confusing and mysterious until the last 10 seconds, and then you're like, oh my god, oh, well, that all makes so much sense now, but for the last 7 hours that I've been watching, I've been confused as fuck. So it does not do that. It does a really good job of introducing things and solving those things in a appropriately tense manner. So, in the near future, her mom's dying of something. They're kind of poor. Chloe Grace Moretz is like or Mortez Moretz, I'm probably saying it wrong, whatever. So her family is poor, and she is like some video game tester thing that she's better at it than her brother. Her brother brings home some mysterious thing, and then they go on, and then you find out that it's kind of connected to the future somehow, and then how that connection works and what that connection is used for, or is trying to be used for, or was used for in the past, maybe. All of that is kind of what they're looking into. So, I will say that this show does really good on the CGI, but there's not a huge amount of it. Like, it's definitely a futuristic show, but they stay grounded. A lot of it's set in, like, I don't want to say current, but near future time frames, so they don't have to have absolutely everything be CGI. And then even when they are doing things in the future and operating with that level of technology, whenever they do show that, it's absolutely on point. But they make a point of, I think, not leaning too heavily on that aspect of it. I'm sure both based on cost and based on just how they want to show you the world. So it's clear that they have some technology, but they're not just like, look at everything. And don't get me wrong, I like the look at everything technology, like carbon, altered carbon, and just like all of that. Absolutely fantastic. Love it to death. This is not that. It's more subtle, but like I said, it is a very satisfying and fulfilling. Now, I will say, just to let you know, I've heard that this has been renewed for a second season. But I've also heard that the filming for this was done over a year before it came out, so I would anticipate it being 2 years before we actually get to see season 2. And they don't quite end it on a cliffhanger, but obviously they didn't solve absolutely everything, because then why would you be having a second season? So I felt like they solved enough of the things to make me satisfied, but they left open enough things that I want to see more of this world, and I want to delve further into these characters and these events and what they can do with the technology and the world that they're in. I was a little bit confused by the ending. I felt like, and maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention. because I was watching it late at night because I wanted to finish it up. But I was a little bit confused on how they did like a couple of the things towards the last half of the last episode as to how that works with the technology, but I think it was probably just me not paying attention. So hopefully if you watch it, you aren't lost. I watched a I read a like a what does that mean type of explainer, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I by exactly how that worked or that was the right decision by people, but I guess we'll see. Maybe I just need to rewatch last episode. All that being said, Chloe Grace Moretz kicks ass in the show. The other characters are all excellent. I don't think any one of them was just like, oh, that's a bad actor. Oh, watching that is painful. No, like all of them were just spot on. I liked the interactions. I liked that we, like I said right at the beginning, you slowly figure out things. Like it doesn't just hand you everything immediately on a silver platter. So I think that this show bears watching again, knowing the things that you know from the end all the way at the beginning. I think that would be interesting to experience, to see like the things where you might have been like, okay, this is cool, but now that you know everything, you're like, oh, I appreciate this scene so much more now. So yeah, I think that is a sign of a good show where you can enjoy the first watch through and another watch through. So definitely thumbs up for this one. Hopefully you watched it. Hopefully you take a look at it. None of the night scenes are too dark to see anything, so thank you for that. Good choice to make the night scenes bright enough where I can actually see the action. Thank you. And yeah, music wasn't at all distracting. I think it was good. It was not like a music focused show. Good action, good pacing, good actors, good motivation, good plot. The like baddies, so to speak, have good have logical motivation that is internally consistent, and you get enough like, that's somebody you don't want to mess with type of thing. Like you get enough of their character to be appropriately apprehensive of like, oh, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do in this? Oh, and I like that feeling, so that was good. But yeah, 2 thumbs up, give it a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.